In the heart of the old industrial district, where abandoned factories loomed like silent giants, there stood an eerie building known only by its cryptic name, Scary Comp, V88. No one knew the true origins of the building, or why it earned such a foreboding reputation. But at night, when the streets were empty and shadows danced in the moonlight, whispers of something sinister lurking within its walls filled the air. Detective Mark Holloway had always been drawn to the mysterious and unexplained. His curiosity was piqued when he received an anonymous tip about strange occurrences at Scary Comp, V88. As he approached the building, a chill ran down his spine, and he couldn't shake the feeling that he was walking into the heart of darkness. The entrance was shrouded in darkness, the only light coming from a faint flickering overhead bulb. Mark took a deep breath and pushed open the heavy metal door, the rusty hinges creaking in protest. The air inside was thick with dust and the musty smell of decay. His footsteps echoed on the concrete floor as he made his way deeper into the building, his flashlight casting long, shifting shadows on the walls. As Mark explored the labyrinthine corridors of Scary Comp, V88, he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The silence was oppressive, broken only by the distant sound of dripping water. Each room he entered seemed to hold its own dark secrets, with faded graffiti on the walls and broken machinery littering the floor. Suddenly, a cold wind swept through the corridor, blowing out Mark's flashlight. Panic surged through him as he fumbled to relight it, the darkness pressing in on him like a tangible force. In the dim light, he saw a figure standing at the end of the corridor, its form obscured by shadows. Without a word, it turned and vanished into the darkness. Heart pounding, Mark gave chase, his footsteps echoing in the empty corridors. As he turned a corner, he stumbled upon a hidden chamber, its walls lined with ancient symbols and strange markings. In the center of the room stood a large, ornate mirror, its surface rippling like water. Curiosity overcame fear as Mark approached the mirror, his reflection warped and distorted in its surface. With a trembling hand, he reached out to touch it, only to recoil in horror as his fingers passed through the glass as if it were mere illusion. The mirror seemed to pulsate with an otherworldly energy, drawing him closer despite his instinctive revulsion. As Mark stared into its depths, he felt a presence behind him, a cold breath on his neck that sent shivers down his spine. Turning slowly, he saw the figure from before standing in the doorway, its features obscured by shadow. Before he could react, it raised a hand and gestured towards the mirror, a silent command that sent a chill of dread through Mark's very soul. With a growing sense of unease, Mark stepped through the mirror, the world around him melting away into a swirling vortex of darkness. The sensation was overwhelming, like being pulled into a nightmare from which there was no escape. When he finally emerged on the other side, he found himself in a place that defied all logic and reason. The world beyond the mirror was a twisted reflection of reality, where the laws of physics and nature were warped and corrupted. Strange creatures roamed the landscape, their forms shifting and changing in ways that defied description. The sky was a sickly shade of green, and the air was thick with an oppressive sense of foreboding. As Mark struggled to make sense of his surroundings, he felt a presence behind him once more. Turning, he saw the figure standing before him, its true form now revealed. It was a being of pure darkness, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. It spoke in a voice that echoed through the very fabric of reality, a voice that spoke of untold power and ancient secrets. You have entered the realm of scary comp. V88, the being intoned, its words resonating with a chilling finality. Here, you will bear witness to the true nature of fear and the darkness that lies within us all. With a wave of its hand, the being conjured visions of unspeakable horrors, nightmares made flesh that writhed and twisted in the shadows. Mark felt a sense of overwhelming terror wash over him, threatening to consume his very soul. But deep within him, a spark of defiance flickered to life. Drawing upon his courage and determination, Mark stood his ground in the face of unimaginable darkness. With a resolute voice, he spoke out against the being, challenging its hold over him and refusing to succumb to fear. As he did, the world around him began to shift and waver, the darkness receding like a tide withdrawing from the shore. With a final surge of willpower, Mark shattered the illusion of scary comp. V88, banishing the being and its nightmarish realm back to the shadows from whence it came. When he opened his eyes, he found himself back in the chamber, the mirror before him now cracked and shattered. As he emerged from the building, the first light of dawn breaking over the horizon, Mark knew that he had faced true terror and emerged victorious. The mystery of scary comp. V88 had been solved, but its dark legacy would linger in his mind for years to come. Detective Mark Holloway never spoke of his ordeal at Scary Comp. V88, but those who knew him could see the haunted look in his eyes, a silent reminder of the darkness that lurked in the shadows of the world. And as the sun set on the old industrial district, casting long shadows over the abandoned buildings, whispers of the mysterious detective who faced the ultimate horror at Scary Comp. V88 echoed through the night.